ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। Thank you, Sangat Ji, for joining the Sunday discourse session at Sangat of the Divine Light. So as it was mentioned by my brother Zakaria Ji, throughout today's discourse, just focus on the mantra. Whatever mantra that may be, whatever mantra you chant, as you're listening to the words of today's discourse, just have that mantra playing over and over again in your mind. This way we will be able to maximize the time that we have and really connect with the divine. The mantra is what will take us straight to the divine, and repeating it over and over again, the lifetimes of filth that we've been accumulating will slowly start to fade, and our relationship with the divine will become stronger and stronger. Zakaria Ji also mentioned that we have entered this Sangat with no effort of ourselves. It's only through true divine blessing that we are all here today in this Sangat. So before I start today's discourse, let's all take a moment and pray to the divine to bless us with that bliss that we are all seeking for. So, in my last discourse, we discussed the 22nd Pauri of the Sri Japji Sahib. So a quick recap on the 22nd Pauri, then we'll jump straight in to Pauri number 23. So, the Japji Sahib itself is a dialogue between the Siddhs, who are a group of spiritualists, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So the Siddhs have quite quickly realized that Guru Nanak is an enlightened being, is a divine being, and they want to maximize this opportunity and ask Guru Nanak Dev Ji a bunch of questions, to which Guru Nanak Dev Ji give answers. So in the 22nd Pauri, Guru Nanak Dev Ji revealed to us that there are hundreds of thousands of worlds, universes, Patala Patal, Lakh, Agasa, Agas. Odak Odak Pathake, Ved Kahnikvat, Sahas 18 Kahnikate Baslukitat. That there are many scriptures that claim there are this many thousand worlds, there are that many worlds. But the true limit of the divine can never be accessed by us mere humans. Guru Nanak Dev Ji end Pauri number 22 by saying, Nanak vadda akhiye ape jane aap. Only the divine themselves know their true greatness, know their true limit. And that's something as humans we have to accept. We may not always have the answers that we seek, and we should always trust in the divine hukam, trust in the divine order. As God themselves, the divine themselves, know their own limit. And that's something us humans would never be able to access. So I mentioned the Japji Sahib is a question and answer between the Siddhs and Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And as I was researching today's Pauri, I was listening to a katha, which is a discourse. And whilst I was listening to this katha of Pauri 23, there were two opposite meanings. There were two versions of Pauri 23, which had the opposite meanings. And this just allowed me to think for a minute of how great Gurbani is. That each line of Gurbani has unlimited amount of layers. What one line means to me may mean something completely different to someone else. One day I may think one line of Gurbani means this to me. The next day it will mean something completely different. And this is the versatility of Gurbani, the word of the divine. That whatever situation you're in, Gurbani will have a meaning according to that situation for you. So in today's discourse, I was planning to share with you both sides of the meaning of Pauri 23, but as I started delving into one part, I realized it was going to be a bit too long, and maybe that's something we can do in the next discourse. So the Siddhs are asking Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They ask Guru Nanak Dev Ji, if the divine is so great, if the divine is so limitless, he's all powerful, why don't everybody follow the teachings of the divine? Why doesn't everyone praise the divine? Why doesn't everyone follow the teachings of the divine? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji give these answers to the Siddhs, and they say, Salahi salahe eti surat na paiya nadiya atevah avhe samund na janiya samund sah sultan ਗਿਰਹਾ ਸੇਤੀ ਮਾਲ ਧਨ ਕੀੜੀ ਤੁਲ ਨਾ ਹੋਵਨੀ ਜੇ ਤਿਸ ਮਨਹੁ ਨਾ ਵੀਸਰਹਿ ਕੀੜੀ ਤੁਲ ਨਾ ਹੋਵਨੀ ਜੇ ਤਿਸ ਮਨਹੁ ਨਾ ਵੀਸਰਹਿ ਸਾਲਾਹੀ ਸਾਲਾਹ Iti surat na paiya. So Salahi. The word Salahi is describing the divine. The one who is worthy of praise. Salahi. Salahe are the praises, the creation that should be praising the divine. So Salahi, describing the praiseworthy, the divine. Salah, meaning us, the humans who should be praising the divine or who praise the divine. Eti surat na paiya. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji are giving a direct answer to the Siddhs on their question on why doesn't everyone praise the divine and follow the teachings of the divine. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, those Salahe, the people who should be praising the divine, i.e. us humans, that thought of praising the divine doesn't actually occur to us. That thought doesn't come into our minds to truly, with love and devotion, praise the divine. So why is this? Why doesn't this thought enter the minds? So Guruji actually give this answer elsewhere in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, describing the state of us humans from before we are born to the moment we are born and later on in our lives up until death. So Guru Sahib are telling us why the thought of praising the divine doesn't enter our minds. So from our birth, the moment we are born, Sangatji, we start to develop this attachment for the world. And as soon as we start to attach to the world more and more and more, our attachment and love for the divine decreases. And in Anand Sahib, Guru Amar Das Ji, the third Guru, say, Jaisi agna udar mein hai, taisi bahar maya. So, as the fire within the womb, so is Maya outside. So, in Gurbani, there's a concept that within the womb, it is like fire, it's like hell. And the only thing that sustains us while we're in the womb is the meditation on the word of the divine, on the Shabad. That's the only thing protecting us from this hell fire within the womb. And in that moment, we are completely connected with the divine. And we are making countless thousands and thousands of promises to the divine that when we are born, we will stay connected to this divine. So Guru Amar Das Ji says, Jaisi agn udar mein, taisi bahar maya. Like the fire in the womb, this is what Maya is like outside. Maya agn sab ekko jehi, karte khel rachaya. So again, Maharaj is saying, the fire in the womb and Maya outside is the same thing. And this is the play that the divine has staged for us. Ja tis apana ta jammaya parvar pala paya. And then according to the divine will, the child is born. We are born. And the family is very pleased. We're excited. We're over the moon. But at that moment we're born, liv chhudki lagi trisna maya amar vartaya. As soon as we're born, that connection, that simran that we're doing in the womb just cuts off like that. And then from there on, our desires and attachment to the world increase, and then Maya starts to run its course. E Maya jit har visare moh upja pao duja laya. And this Maya is what causes us to forget the name of the divine. We become entangled in duality, entangled in the five thieves, and we forget the divine. Kaha Nanak Gur Prasadi Jina liv lagi tini viche Maya paya. Then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says the only way we can be saved is by the Guru's Kirpa, Gur Prasad, Gur Prasadi. And through Guru Prasad, we can attain this love for the divine, and then we can free ourselves from Maya. And this same concept, Guru Nanak Dev Ji explores elsewhere. The moment we are born, so Guru Sahib Ji say, Pehle pyar laga than dudh. First, as we are born, the child, the baby, we develop that hunger for the mother's milk. We become attached to it. It is what is nourishing us, it's what's sustaining us at that moment. Duje mae baap ki sudh. Then second, as the baby gets slightly older, they start to recognize the parents, the mother and father, and then that attachment starts to grow even more. We end up nourishing that relationship. That relationship with the mother and father grows. Tije pa pabi babe. Then as the kid gets slightly older, as the baby gets older, the attachment to its siblings, brothers, sisters, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, that grows. The child starts to recognize that relationship. Chauthe pyar upanni khed. Then the child is engrossed in the play of little toys, of things that will keep our distraction away from the divine. If you give a child a toy, it's amazed by the colors, the features of the toy, and we become engrossed in that. Panjve khan piyan ki taat. Then as we get older, the child starts to run around after food and drink. The pleasures of the tongue start to come into play. Cheve kam na puchhe daat. Then as the child becomes older into its teenage years, sexual desire overcomes the child, and the respect for social norms and customs, the child starts to rebel against the parents. And then Guru Sahib Ji says, Satve Sanj Kiya Karvas. Then as we get older, we may get married, and we are solely concentrating on gaining wealth. We're focused on our careers, our relationships. We may have kids of our own. We're focused on raising our kids. We're completely immersed in the rat race of life. Atave krodh hua tan nas. And whilst we're engrossed in this rat race, anger overcomes our body. We're completely immersed in anger. Frustrations of life, arguments that we may be in. Then nove tole ube saho. Then our beard, our hair start to turn grey, and our bodily functions start to reduce. Our eyesight starts to reduce, our hearing reduces, our muscles become weaker, and even simple tasks like breathing become laboured. Dasve dadda hua swaho. Then we come to the end of our life. We take our last breath and we are cremated. We're buried. This body that we had so much pride in becomes one with the earth, with the elements. Then at that moment, our loved ones around us are crying, they're lamenting, but this only lasts a short period of time. Then over time, our legacy, our name that we cared so much about, even that dies. If we think about it, Sangatji, how many of us know our great-grandparents? We may know of their names, but that's about it. Then our great-great-grandparents, we probably don't even know their names. So in time, this thing that we take so much pride in, our body, our material wealth, our houses, our jobs, all becomes nothing. Then Guru Nanak Dev Ji later on in the Shabad end this by saying, Nanak manmukh and pyar. The self-willed manmukhs are just engrossed in the love of darkness, the love of Maya. So in Gurbani, there's a concept of manmukh and gurmukh. The gurmukh is that person who has his mukh, face, facing the Guru, gurmukh, and takes on the teachings of the divine and implements them into their lives. That's a gurmukh. Then there's a manmukh who listens to the mind, listens to the ego. So Nanak manmukh and pyar, the manmukh is engrossed, is entangled in the web of Maya. Baj Guru Duba Sansar. But without the true Guru, without the divine, the world is drowning. So Sangatji, this is how we get lured into the Bhavasagar, the world of Maya. And this is where Eti Surtana Paya, that thought of even contemplating the divine doesn't occur. We get so engrossed in the rat race, we get so caught up in the world of Maya that this thought of meditating on the divine, praising the divine doesn't occur. And Sangatji is something to reflect on, even as people who pray and meditate. Sometimes we're praying, we're meditating, and in Punjabi you say surti, our conscious, our thought is actually not within our prayers. It's elsewhere. It's thinking about our jobs, an argument we may have had, etc., etc. So even in that moment, for example, we consider ourselves as people who pray and meditate. Even then, we may not actually be praying and praising the divine. So then Guru Sahib gives us this analogy, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, नदिया अतः वाह पव है समुंद ना जानिए. Nadia ateva, streams and rivers. Nadia and va, streams and rivers. Pav hai samund na janiye. So in this case, the streams and rivers are referred to as us. So our souls, us as individual streams. So we start off as divine, but as the stream slowly trickles down the mountain, it merges into the ocean. And this ocean is the ocean of Maya, the Bhavasagar. And once the river merges into the ocean, it is impossible to differentiate which water was the stream first and which was the ocean. They become one. And this is our state. And at that moment, when we're completely immersed in the ocean of Maya, we have no idea on how to escape. We're trapped. Samund Sah Sultan, Girha Seti Mal Tan, Samund Sah Sultan, the king and emperors. So in this case, we could also refer to these king and emperors as us as humans. So at the top of the hierarchy of the 8.4 million life forms. As humans, we are the only life form that can praise and meditate on the divine and free ourselves from this world of Maya and liberate our soul and attain this divine union. So in this case, we can be referred to as the kings and emperors. But what do? Giraseti mal tan. All we do in our lives is collect worldly wealth, material items, engrossed in Maya, engrossed in the five thieves. Guru Sahib Ji then say, Kidi tol na hovani, je tis man ho na visarahe. So Kidi is an ant. And an ant is referred to as the lowest of the low. A creature so weak, insignificant, always around in the dirt. But Gurbani says, Kidi tol na hovani, je tis man ho na visare. If that thought of not leaving the world of Maya doesn't occur to us, we won't even be equal to an ant. Kiri tol meaning weight. We won't even be considered equal to an ant if we cannot detach ourselves from this world ocean, this Bhavasagar, this world of Maya. So Sangaji, what is the way out? What is the way out from this world of Maya? So Guru Ram Das Ji explore this same concept of the Kiri, which is the ant, and considering themselves as the lowest of the low. So I'd like to share a Saki with you now. So Guru Ram Das Ji, who are known as Bhai Jethaji, before they were the Guru, were from an extremely poor family. And when they were young, when they were in their youth, they used to have a small stall and they will sell snacks to people of the village, things like popcorn, rice puffs, etc. And this is how they earned their money. And due to their job, they were considered as lowly and poor by the people of the village. But with the blessings of the divine, they met with the third Guru, Guru Amar Das Ji, who then blessed them and married them to their daughter Bibi Panni Ji. So when it came time for Guru Amar Das Ji to pass on the Guruship to their successor, and when it was time for them to decide who would the next Guru be, Guru Amar Das Ji set up a test for both their son-in-law, Bhai Jethaji and Bhai Ramaji, who was the oldest son-in-law. Guru Sahib instructed both of them to make them a throne. One throne which they will sit on in the morning, and the other they will sit on in the evening. So hearing this challenge, Bhai Jethaji and Bhai Ramaji both set out with eagerness and constructed this throne. So both thrones had been completed, and after inspecting both thrones, Guru Amar Das Ji critiqued both of them and were saying that they were misaligned or uneven or the imperfections there. And they instructed both of them to dismantle and start again. So both Bhai Jethaji and Bhai Ramaji set out again and constructed the throne again for the second time. Again, Guru Sahib come out, inspect both thrones, and aren't pleased. They ask them to dismantle it and start again. At this time, Bhai Ramaji is a bit disheartened. They've put all their effort in, all their mind and soul into building this throne, but they've been told to rebuild it and it's been rejected. So the third time around, they build it again. Guru Amar Das Ji come out and say again, I'm not pleased with this, dismantle this and start again. At this time, Bhai Ramaji is upset and they refuse to make this throne again. However, Bhai Jethaji do this 7 times altogether, dismantling the throne, then reassembling it, dismantling and reassembling. They do this 7 times. Then on the 8th time, Bhai Jethaji, with pure humility and with their hands together, ask Guru Amar Das Ji that they are incapable. Bhai Jethaji is incapable of making this perfect throne for Guru Amar Das Ji. And can they oversee the building phase of this so they can make a perfect throne for the divine? And it was at this moment Guru Amar Das Ji embraced Bhai Jethaji and blessed them to become the next Guru. And Bhai Jethaji later become Guru Ram Das Ji, the 4th Guru. And Guru Ram Das Ji refer to this Sakhi in Gurbani in the following Shabad. Hum rulte firte koi baat na puchta, Gur sat gur sang kire hum thape. So Guru Ram Das Ji say, Hum rulte firte koi baat na puchta. I was rolling around in the dirt and no one cared about me. No one at all cared about me. However, Gur Sat Gur Sang, in the company of the Guru, in the company of the divine, Kire Hamathape, so this concept of being a Kira, an ant, arises again. Kire Hamathape, even as an ant, a low creature, through the Guru's blessing and through the Guru's company and the Sangat, they were raised and exalted. So Sangat Ji, this is the way out of the Bhavsagar of Maya. To doing seva with a pure heart, true love and devotion, and with the blessings of the Sangat and the blessings of the divine, the blessings of the Guru, we can escape this world of Maya, this Bhavsagar, this ocean that Guru Sahib referred to. So Sangat Ji, this brings me to the end of the discourse today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please forgive me for my many mistakes and keep continuing to bless me and all the Sangat so we can continue this seva. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.